So I wanted to come on here and clear some things up and debunk the Trump sales tax. I saw an interview that Kamala had did on MSNBC, I think a few days ago or so, and she's fear-mongering her base about the tariffs that Trump wants to put into place. As if, I don't understand, like these economists that are backing her, as if corporate taxes won't do the same thing, or if not more, place more on consumers. So take a look at this.
Ask you about tariffs because you just mentioned it. It's not just with one company. Donald Trump's sort of big idea is this broad-based tariffs across the board. You and many others have said that would be not only disastrous, but it would be a direct tax on the American consumer.
It would be a sales tax on the American people. The independent economists have already measured this by the sales tax of doing a 20% tariffs on all imports that he has described would be a 20% sales tax, in essence, on basic necessities for the average American worker, average American family, totaling almost $4,000 a year. That is no small matter. Here in Pittsburgh, when I'm talking to a group of folks who work here, who live here, and when they hear it might be $4,000 more a year for them, look, people can't.
So Kamala, if this was the case, then why did you and Biden keep Trump's tariff tax in place, and then you and Biden hike the tariff tax up even more? Take a look at this.
But tariffs aren't unique to President Trump. President Biden has tariffs in place. He's actually looking to potentially implement more. Where do you come out on? Is there a good tariff, a bad tariff?
Well, part of it is you don't just throw around the idea of just tariffs across the board, and that's part of the problem with Donald Trump. Frankly, I'm going to, and I say this in all sincerity, he's just not very serious about how he thinks about some of these issues. And one must be serious and have a plan, and a real plan that's not just about some talking point ending in an exclamation at a political rally, but actually putting the thought into what will be the return on the investment, what will be the economic impact on everyday people.
So I found that crazy that she says that. This is the reason why I'm calling it a fear-mongering, because President Biden, here it is, the fact sheet, takes action to protect American workers and businesses from China's unfair trade practices. So he did an increase on the already imposed tariffs that Trump put in place. He increased it. Here is the summary from the fact sheet that I just showed you that's found on whitehouse.gov of the tariff hikes on China under Biden and Harris that they put in place. You can pause to read it, but you can see that the first number there, that's what Trump put in place under his administration, and then they are increasing it to the second percentage. So Trump's policies, as he has always stated, is an American first policy. He wants to industrialize and bring back American manufacturing. So let's examine how tariffs actually work. So tariffs are taxes on imported goods aimed at addressing the U.S. trade deficit caused by higher imports than exports. The U.S. is too dependent on imports. I know that you've heard now with the port strikes that are going on, and also during the pandemic, how we couldn't get supplies and goods in here fast enough, and it was caused because of the global supply chain issues that we were having. But we were suffering, and prices were also rising because we depend on imported goods too much. So what Trump is doing, he's using tariffs as a negotiation tool to acquire better trade deals, protect domestic industries, and generate tax revenue. So when tariffs was imposed under Trump, part of the reason why you didn't feel the cost increases was due to other offsetting of costs on domestic goods, such as incentivizing more businesses to manufacture and produce products domestically by way of government tax credits, decreasing corporate taxes, deregulations, and other government investments. When goods go up, you don't buy it. The consumers are the one that controls the market. That's it. So this is my issue that I have with the economists, because I feel like they're gaslighting. Because explain this, even after Trump imposed 25% tariffs on imports under his administration, inflation still maintained at 1.2%. The 30-year mortgage rate was at 2.65%, and you had record low unemployment rate at 3.6%. So again, just to close this all out, It's all about the art of the deal when you're using tariffs as a tool for negotiating. In my opinion, I'd rather trust Trump with the negotiating tool of tariffs than they are, because they're not even being forthcoming to let you know that they have already imposed a tax hike on top of Trump's tariffs in place. And it pissed me off because you're mad about Trump's tariffs, but you're not upset about the corporate income tax that you want to raise. So, which will also be passed down to every single consumer. The tariffs are only for imported goods. So, y'all let me know what you think. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. All right.